I like munchies, I like toffee crisps, I like Aeros. I'd say I eat a good 5 bars of chocolate during the day, and picking at things like Ferrero Rocher, etc., like the little things, Quality Street, Celebrations, until they make me feel sick, and then I have that sicky feeling for a good 5 minutes and then just carry on. The minute it hits my mouth, it like sends like shockwaves through my body, and I just feel happy and relaxed. Excuse me.
But that calming effect doesn't last long. And when the kids are kicking off, Felicity turns to chocolate.
I like Mars bars, I like Lion bars, and I love twirls.
And to make sure she's always stocked up, Felicity gets sneaky.
The veg cupboard. More minstrels. There's our nappy and wipes. And then we've got a secret little reusable bag. Stash our levels in. Let Mummy have that. Look at him.
What are you eating?
Nothing.
Don't tell me nothing because you're licking your teeth.
I just got a grape out of the fridge.
She's always eating the chocolate, so we do argue quite a bit about it because she wants to lose weight.
Felicity's chocolate habit has piled on the pounds, and she's now tipping the scales at 16.5 stone.
Trying to think what I've done for the last 6 weeks that's made me put nearly 2 stone on. Where's not want that? These pants fit me 2 weeks ago, and now they're digging in.
What are you eating?
Nothing.
Her addiction is also causing problems with partner Ben.
Intimately, me and Ben are nothing. I look awful, I feel awful, I won't get undressed in front of him. I just avoid all contact with him.
Felicity is desperate to ditch her addiction.
I want to give it up more than you could ever imagine. I just want rid of it out of my life for good. Not even just a bar now and again. I want it gone.
Hi, Felicity. I'm Hank.
Help is on the way. Over the next 6 weeks, Felicity will undergo treatment to help her break free of her addictive behaviour under the guidance of clinical psychologist Henk van Bilsen and dietitian Ursula Philpott.
For most of us, food is not just fuel. We have emotional links to food. We eat to relax, we eat to be comfortable, we eat to calm ourselves down. We use food to control our emotions.
It's Felicity's first appointment with Henk, who's treated hundreds of people with similar disorders.
I've always been an emotional person right from childhood. I had my little girl in January 2007 and rejected her straight away.
Do you feel guilty towards your little girl?
Yeah, really guilty. Because I rejected her and I didn't reject my son.
But you were ill. And if you're depressed and you don't get help, you have no control over these feelings. And it sounds like you really blame yourself for that.
Yeah.
When you feel upset and sad and anxious, you want to eat chocolate.
Yeah.
So there seems to be a link between your emotions and the eating of chocolate.
Yeah.
Right. Why do you want to do something about this problem now?
If I don't sort it now, then I'm just going to be even more obese, not being able to play in the park with my children and make life better for all of us.
With the background to her addiction identified, now Henk wants to motivate Felicity to change.
So let's have a look at the amount of chocolate you eat in 1 year.
What am I doing to my body?
Any idea how many kilos of chocolate that is?
I don't want to know. This is enough.
This is really, it's hitting at home for you.
In fact, it's a staggering 250 kilos, a quarter of a tonne of chocolate in a year.
Any idea how much money you spend on a year on chocolate?
I'd love to know that.
Yes?
Yeah.
That would be £2,500. It would be a nice holiday, wouldn't it, for the family?
Food addiction can be successfully treated with cognitive behavioural therapy. By making small changes to our behaviour, we can start to make big changes to our eating habits. Back home, Felicity puts into action a plan devised by Henk, which will help her to gradually reduce her chocolate consumption. Every time she has an urge to eat chocolate, she must first eat a piece of fruit.
So I get my orange, I eat it next to the fridge.
Keep a food diary of her progress.
Today so far I haven't had any chocolate, that's my first one.
And when stress levels get too high, take time out to relax rather than reach for the Rolos. Back in the 100 Calorie Club, we're facing food demons of our own as we embark on a skinny supermarket sweep. We're allowed just 12 of these 100 calorie portions per day, so narrowing it down takes some planning. I am partial to a bit of smoked salmon, so I'm thinking lunch. I might go for 1 egg. I'm suddenly realising you've got to be massively organised and really think about your menu for the day. I think that's a bargain. 100 calories, brilliant. 7, 8.
Do you want some peanut butter?
Yes, I'm going to have that on a bagel, I think, for my breakfast.
And some determination.
I'm not going near pasta because that's my downfall, and if I start eating it, I won't stop.
Meanwhile, Lizzie and Bev are skimping on the food to make space for some booze.
I'm just thinking that I won't have this oil and then I could have a glass of wine instead.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a that's a waste. I'll have cava.
Yeah, I think I'll go for the red wine.
And one thing's clear, you get much more bang for your buck in the fruit and veg department. But that means cooking.
Because I live on convenience foods, I don't know how to cook. I'd love a homemade mushroom soup.
Perfect.
How do I do that?
With your mushrooms,
Add some onion and garlic to flavour it.
I'll tell you what, Debs.
What?
There's not a lot here, is there?
No.
I could cry. No cake, no chocolate and no alcohol.
When it comes to dieting, if you fail to plan your meals, you could be planning to fail. So how have our ladies got on?
You've got quite a lot going on there, Lizzie.
Yeah, I've got a lot of veg.
A lot of veg. So what
snack on that.
What are you planning on making?
I'm planning on making some...
You're not sure,
No.
are you? The approach to this is to be super organised. Super organised, and we're going to have to really think, aren't we, about what we're going to eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner every day. It's going to be a challenge, but it's only 14 days, and at the end of the day, if we want to drop a dress size in 2 weeks, I think it's going to be worth it. Yes? High five? One more, everyone?
So with our 1,200 calorie per day shop done, it's off home to prepare for the diet, which starts in earnest tomorrow. To make sticking to 1,200 calories simple, plan your meals. For breakfast, you could have a scrumptious BLT, a filling cheese and mushroom omelette for lunch, and lamb chops with sweet potato and veg for your evening meal. A fat-busting menu for just under 1,200 calories. It's day one of our 2-week drop a dress size diet, and we've all got to get used to the new limit of 1,200 calories a day.
I'm starving. Food. Oh, what am I going to have?
I'm beginning to feel a bit peckish now, and this would be my time where I would reach for a bag of crisps.
Because I hadn't really thought about my menu. You know, it was a bit, I was flagging at sort of lunchtime. The dog's looking quite appetising at the moment. There's not a lot of meat on him, but you know, it's probably better than this.
Whilst Lizzie's problem is not enough food in the kitchen, for some of us, it's a case of not enough cooks in the kitchen.
I don't know where to start. You know, I'm the convenience food and Vindaloo queen.
You know, I'm very like Debs. It's so much easier to kind of grab something convenient.
I've never made a homemade soup before. They say it's easy, so if it's easy, then I can do it. In they go.
Must be the only person in the land that can burn spinach. Let's put... Whoops. See what I mean? Can't cook.
Put a little bit of that in. It's supposed to be like a mushroomy colour. My everyday seasoning that I've just put in my mushroom soup is Caribbean!
Let's get the smoked salmon on top. It's really making me think about the calorific value of things, and who'd have thought that I could get 4 massive bags of spinach for 100 calories, but only 1 egg.
Yeah, I think I would like to maybe learn to cook a bit more, be a bit more adventurous. I need some lessons in cooking.
But what about today's soup, Debbie?
I would prefer a curry.
It's day 3 of the diet and back to the 100 Club, where culinary assistance is on its way. You see, sticking to 1,200 calories a day doesn't have to be bland and boring, and my Big Fat Diet Show has got the perfect man to prove it. Super fit rugger bugger and food fanatic, Matt Dawson.
I come from a background of sport. The fuel is important, that goes in my body, of course, but it's got to be flavoursome. You can't go for 10, 12 years doing sport and not enjoying your food.
So me and the Dieting Divas are getting a lesson in low-cal cooking, and we've challenged Matt to come up with a super skinny korma curry that can kick Deb's takeaway habits into touch.
I reckon I can do that curry for about 400 calories, but I will not sacrifice the flavour. Taste is really, really important. So I'm not thinking this is a dietary dish. I want this to be a dish that you can take away. Hey, do you like that? Yeah, you like that? You're very slow to pick that one up.
Will it be delivered?
Debbie. Oil, groundnut oil. Most curries are with ghee. Quite a big calorie difference between the two. OK, so I just want half a tablespoon. I'm being quite precise.
So far, so low-cal, Matt. But how are you going to give that korma its classic creamy flavour?
In the korma, there's a lot of ground almonds, and they are high in calories. The way to get around that is by using chopped up onions, and then we're going to blitz them so it creates a paste. I mean, the difference with that is about 80 calories.
Oh, clever.
We're getting to the real crux of why this is going to be a low-calorie curry. No cream, and the difference is I'm going to use yoghurt.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, is that going to be...
Well, no, there was a mixed response there. There was a, ooh, nice, and then Pam went, ooh, no. OK, the difference between using Greek yoghurt compared to cream, 700!
Yeah!
700, girls!
So there you go, Debs. That's where you're porking up. It's in that double cream and the ghee.
OK, now, girls, here comes the flavour. I've got nutmeg, cinnamon, curry powder and some garam masala.
Oh, OK.
Onto the heat.
I've got to do this yoghurt a spoonful at a time so it doesn't split. I'm going to put in the turkey. You can see how lean that meat is, girls, can't you? I'm not going to dry fry or even fry in a little bit of oil. I'm going to, well, in effect, poach it, because that, again, brings the calorie content down.
I'm not being funny, Matt. I need to eat now, girls.
OK.
Yes. Yeah, right. It's a taster portion for us, but don't worry. A healthy plate of this skinny curry with basmati rice comes in at 475 calories. Right, girls, before it goes cold, result.
Does smell lovely.
Does.
Oh, it smells really good.
I would put some hotter spices in,
Yeah.
but the taste is fantastic.
It's really
The
good.
yogurt gives it a bit of a twang, which is actually nicer than the cream.
For Matt's slimline korma recipe or more information on the drop a dress size diet, including the 14-day plan, head to channel4.com/food.
Hi, you.
Mum of 2, Felicity, is on a 6-week course to break her addiction to chocolate.
I want to give it up more than you could ever imagine.
But Felicity's made the drastic decision to cut out chocolate almost completely, with some unpleasant side effects.
I started off with having really severe headaches to the point that my head felt like it was swelling, and then I started getting really severe stomach cramps.
So she's sent to dietitian Ursula Philpott, who explains why chocolate can play havoc with her body and mind, with a chocolate box designed to break her connection to confection.
What we've got here is some actual chocolates, but we've also got some of the ingredients. This one in the middle here, this is cocoa powder. This is the one that gives the chocolate quite a cocoa-y taste. But it's also the one that contains caffeine. So in an average sort of chocolate bar, there's around 60 milligrams.
Right.